Okay, welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. And a big shout out to the 10 people who watched this video yesterday. Special shout out to the 3 young folks and the 7 older folks who watched the video yesterday. Thank you so much for that. Uh, f- uh, Here's what we know so far. We know that the COVID-19 vaccine will not keep us from getting COVID-19, which means that the COVID-19 cases are going to continue to go up and up and up. And it may not, and while again, it may not keep us from dying from COVID-19. It may reduce the chances because it reduces the severity of the disease, but it will not. But no one's guaranteeing that you will not die after getting. No one's guaranteeing that even after getting the COVID-19 vaccine, you will not die because you can still die even if you're fully vaccinated because it doesn't cure the disease. Okay. Before we started, I think I got one note over here to someone. It may have just been someone making an obscene gesture in a comment, but let's just take a look here. Not sure what that means. Is that the best you got? I totally meaningless gesture, right? That's okay. Nonetheless, I did acknowledge the fact that this person did send me something. Okay. I have an old saying. It says sometimes the answer to a yes or no question is just yes or no. Sometimes the response to a comment is simply thank you for your comments. Okay. That's example there. I acknowledge the fact he sent the video, but that's now a couple of things we know about the COVID-19 numbers in the U.S. We know that the COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. for the fourth quarter were undercounted by a minimum of 400,000. How do we know that? Because in February 2020, the Ohio Governor's Office came out and said, "Oops, we undercounted deaths by 4,000 during the fourth quarter." Interesting enough, of course, you never notice people never have trouble counting cases. It's only deaths that cause problems. Okay, uh, so So we know that fourth quarter 2020 is under U.S. is undercounted by a minimum of 4,000 deaths. That also, of course, by the governor putting those numbers on February 11th, 12th, and 13th, that means we know for a fact that COVID-19 deaths for 2021 are overcounted by a minimum of 4,000. Now, one of the things that's interesting, I find interesting about the COVID-19 counts is that when we start counting, for instance, for heart disease and cancer, the numbers are counted 1 year at a time. So every year on January 1st, the cancer and heart disease deaths are reset to zero. But yet for COVID-19, we're counting from the date of the very first case and the very first death up until today. Of course, the government wants to constantly remind us how bad things really are. Okay, just something to ponder. Here you can see these are the cases for the current year, 2021. Notice the large increase over here in cases beginning in July. The question is this: how many of these people were vaccinated? What about this? How many of these people were vaccinated over here? Okay. Now this is the total of cases for 2020 and 2021. You can see 2021's cases, despite the huge vaccination program, has already passed 2020. Okay. What about deaths? Well, I was holding out some hope that the 2021 deaths will be less than 2020, but you know what? Boy, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close, I'm afraid. Of course, I don't think anybody wants to talk about that because they want to talk about the vaccine and cases. Okay. Okay. So let's come on down here a little ways. Now we all know the question again: how many of these people vaccinated? But I want you to look at the numbers from July 2020 to July 2021. Look how these numbers form almost a mirror for cases. Okay, why did cases increase in 2020 and decrease in 2021? Because if the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting COVID-19, what caused these numbers to decrease? Okay, What about deaths? Again, if we go look from July to July, that's almost the mirror image. Again, an increase in July, an increase in 2020, a decrease in 2021 up until July. How many of these people who died in July and August, September were vaccinated? These are deaths here again. So you can see for January to, or September the 21st, we had 120,788 cases. For the 7-day period ending September the 21st, we were averaging 139,289 cases per day. What about deaths? Looks like there's a case back in there. Okay. So you can see for September 21st, 2021, we had 2,331 COVID-19 deaths. As of September the 21st, 2021, for the 7-day period, that is, we were averaging 1,804 cases per day. Why are cases going up? Again, the question is, how many of these people here were vaccinated? What about here? How many of these people were vaccinated? What about monthly cases? Well, here you can see that, well, monthly cases in the U.S. for September will put it in the fifth most cases so for the month. What about deaths? Well, deaths past August deaths. So it's now puts it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth place. So right now, September 2 weeks ago is in sixth place as far as the most cases. And what's this here? This is a very rough estimate of the number of people per 100,000 who have COVID-19 in the U.S. This is probably around 35, okay, on average. What about deaths? People dying. Well, this number here is 1/2. So, well, let's just be kind. Let's just say right now, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., one is dying from COVID-19. Total cases, guess? Well, we've been looking for this flattening of the curve. You know what? And we've never really saw it. We've never really seen a real flattening of the curve for cases and deaths in the U.S. Okay? So that concludes the report for today, America. Thanks so much to the, what do we got here? The 10 people who watch this video. Thanks so much. I'd really appreciate it if you find this report helpful and useful. You click on the subscribe button, click on the like button, and most important of all, click on that share button. Share this video on Facebook and Twitter, emails, and text messages today. Thanks again so much for your time, America. We'll catch you tomorrow with an updated report.